Hello, my beautiful disasters. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today's video is a bit different from our usual videos. I have been obsessed with the show The Gilded Age by Julian Fellows on HBO MAX. Julian Fellows also directed Downton Abby, which is also one of my favorite. It has all the drama and arrogance that a good show needs, as well as touching on real issues from the past. In The Gilded Age, Julian Fellows' lavish costume drama, wealthy upper-class individuals living in New York during the late 19th century. Among the individuals who have scads of money is George Russell, played by Morgan Spector. His wife, Bertha, played by Carrie Coon, has plenty of it as well. Their new home on Fifth Avenue is filled with European treasures. Bertha Russell, the daughter of a potato digger, desired status so that her family would be among the old money elite of New York. Many of my friends and colleagues who aren't familiar with the era ask me if the show is real or factual. I thought it would be fun to talk about the characters and the episodes in the video so that you can find out more. The first family featured in the show is the Russells, and even though they're fictional, they are based on a real family, the Vanderbilt family. One of the main characters in the book is Bertha Russell, who is based on real-life society leader Alva Vanderbilt. I admit that my interest in The Gilded Age was mainly centered around the Vanderbilts. Alva married William Vanderbilt in 1875, who was the grandson of Cornelius Vanderbilt, who was one of the wealthiest individuals in the country. Like Bertha, she built a large home on Fifth Avenue. It took up an entire city block, though her house was on 52nd Street instead of 61st. Alva's house eventually led to her acceptance into society. In 1883, she threw a ball that cost over $1 million, and it was reportedly attended by over 1,000 people. According to a story, she did not invite the famous daughter of Caroline Astor, who was the queen of New York society, to the event. She reportedly felt that she had been ignored by Astor. This reportedly forced Astor to call Vanderbilt to get an invite for her daughter. She and her daughter attended the ball, which officially accepted the Vanderbilts. During the event, both Astor and Vanderbilt were reportedly seen talking. Alva, as well as Caroline and Carrie, are mentioned as having broken into society in the show. She would later go on to divorce her husband, and she forced her daughter, Consuelo, into a union with the Duke of Marlborough. Some people believe that this was done to give her daughter more independence, while others claim that it was to gain more social clout in the U.S. During the Gilded Age, the term dollar princesses was coined. Some people also believe that she did this to sell her daughter to a British nobleman. Alva eventually got married to Oliver Belmont, and she became involved with the American suffragette movement. Like Bertha, George Russell is based on Cornelius Vanderbilt and Robert Baron J. Gould. In 1877, Cornelius Vanderbilt died, and he left a huge estate worth over $100 million. He was regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in the history of the U.S. He was born in 1784 on Staten Island, and he started a ferrying business when he was 16 years old. When he was a young adult, he started purchasing real estate and eventually took over the Staten Island ferry. During the 19th century, he started operating transatlantic voyages and purchased control of a major shipyard. In the 1850s, he became the president of the Harlem Line. He then sold his entire fleet and focused on the railroad industry. Also built a new facility called the Grand Central Depot in 1869, which was eventually replaced by the current terminal in 1913. Like Russell, Cornelius was a ruthless businessman, but he didn't have aspirations of being accepted in New York society. He was known to spit his tobacco in the vase at dinner parties, and I doubt that we will see him develop traits such as this as the show progresses. Jay Gould wrote a lot about why the public despised tycoons. He showed that they disliked them due to how he tried to make money by manipulating the gold market, bribing the state legislature, and gaining control of the Erie Railroad from Cornelius Vanderbilt. Despite his flaws, he was still able to make a lot of money operating railroads. During his time, Gould had control over 10,000 miles of railroad. He was known for merging his various lines to create successful operations. His ruthless nature is surprising since he was a relatively unassuming individual. His adversaries and even his friends were unsure of what he was thinking. George and Bertha's son, Larry Russell, has a similar appearance to Cornelius Vanderbilt III. He also seems to have disdain for his mother and follows his own path. Cornelius, the great-grandson of the Vanderbilt family, was shunned and disinherited by his parents. He was 23 when he got married to Grace Wilson, who was a member of the famous Marion Wilsons. He later went on to earn a master's degree in engineering from Yale. He loved machinery and he had over 30 inventions that he was able to patent, which led to him substantial royalties. He served the National Guard during World War I and he was given a Distinguished Service Medal by the Army. After the war, he became friends with various European royalty such as Kaiser Wilhelm II. He died in 1942 on his yacht. Guided by the Russell descendant, Lady Russell was heavily influenced by Consuelo Vanderbilt, who was Alva's daughter. In all of the research and books about the Vanderbilts, I have read about Consuelo, who was a very strict and abusive individual. As an heir's heir, she had been pursued by various men. Her mother desired for her to become a member of the British peerage, and she managed to get married to Charles Spencer Churchill, who was the Duke of Marlborough. Alva was threatened and ordered by her mother. She later claimed that Consuelo's actions caused her heart attack, which ended her engagement with Rutherford. She married the Duke in 1895, and she reportedly cried at the altar. Marlborough reportedly made a huge dowry, which is now worth over $2.05 million. He was able to renovate the Blenheim Palace. Duke and Consuelo had a very unhappy marriage, and they divorced in 1921. When the Duke converted to Christianity, Alva admitted that she forced her to get married. The relationship between the two improved significantly. Why she remained friends with Churchill's relatives. She then got married to Jacques Balsam, a French aviator, and she built a home in Florida known as Casa Alva, which was named after her mother. She also wrote an autobiography entitled The Gold and the Glitter in 1953. She died in 1960 in Long Island. I'm so excited for what's to come in season 2 of The Gilded Age. They just played episode 5 and man, it is messy but so good at the same time. If you want to see more videos on the show, The Gilded Age, and even an episode breakdown, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, take care of yourself.